to my YouTube channel. If you are just seeing me for the first time today, I am Okoyemi. I'm a Philippine trained nurse as well as a Usrn. So this series will be called After Nclex, What Next? So we always have this question. So I'm going to be talking to you about 5 different things that is going to help you, hopefully. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is how to find an agency, because there's so many things when you are researching about it. There's so many information you are going to get. So I just want to narrow it down for you into this video so that you can know what to ask and how to find your preferred agency. The second thing I'm going to also be talking about in another video will be the differences between the direct hire and the staffing agency, which is, you can see is still under the how to find your agency. Then I'm also going to be talking to you about the different lists of agencies in the Philippines. I'm going to be talking to you about the direct hire as well as the staffing agency. And then to crown it all off, I'm going to be talking about the stages, different stages in the EB3 visa process. So come with me and let's get right into this video. So under the 5-part series, this is series 1. The series 1 topic will be how to find an agency. That is the questions you are meant to ask and what you need to know before you sign a contract with these agencies. I have a book here that is going to be my guide, so come with me. The first question you are going to ask is, do they have a available prevailing wage determination? This prevailing wage determination will help them to be able to file your I-140 in time. So if they don't have a prevailing wage distribution, do not sign with them. The second question will be, how many days after submitting my documents will my I-140 be filed? You need to know this so that you can know the way you are going to, or the time between the time you are going to have your I-140 ready. You should also ask or research about the employer. This one is your personal thing. You are going to go to Google and let's say, for instance, Okpe/lawsuit. You can do that and it will come out in Google. Whatever the employer's name is or the staffing agency's name is, you just put staffing agency/lawsuit. All the lawsuits is going to come out. You should note that most agencies have more lawsuits than some others, so you should take note of that. Another question is the years of the contract. You should know the number of years you are going to spend with these certain agencies. The required number of years, or the most common number of years, is 2.5 years to 3 years. I don't know, there are some people that have signed 4 years contracts. That is too much, so you should be aware of this. Another question you should ask also is, whenever I'm working with you, what if I inquire an injury whereby I'm limited to not lifting a heavy object? Would I still have work with you? You should be able to, they should be able to answer those questions so that whenever, or we know how nursing can be so taxing and demanding. Whenever you have those kind of back injuries or pain in the back for a limited period of time, you should know if you still have a job that will cater to you and also reduce your workload of lifting. You should also find out about the salary. You should note that the salary I'm talking about now is, there are different salary ranges in different states. So if they are going to pay me $25 per hour, for instance, now, and I'm living in California, that is very low. Unlike somebody they are paying $25 and living in Rhode Island. It's still low, but it is still better with the way the lifestyle is in California and Rhode Island. You should be able to know that people living in California should have more money than people living in Rhode Island. That's just an example. Just know the states whereby you are going to stay. Another thing is to make sure that everything is written. Anything you are going to ask, or any changes, anything, even if they call you, because there are some agencies that if they want to reach you on time, they just make it a phone call. This way, there is nothing that is written, right? So what you can do is that you send an email. After the call, you note down whatever you talked about or spoke about. Then after the call, you can easily just write it in an email and be like, oh, ma'am, this, or sir, this, blah blah blah, this is what we spoke about. Am I correct about this thing, and then you say, I just want to be sure about what we spoke about. And then the person is going to, of course, you are going to send the email to the person and be like, okay, we spoke about this and this and this, and the salary change will be blah 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 blah, like that. So am I getting it wrong, or am I getting it right when you said my salary is going to be $5, and then after 5 months it will now become $15? You should write that in the email and send it to them. Whether they reply or not, it is none of your business. You already wrote it, just in case of any legal issues in the coming year or months. So you should also make sure that your recruiter is a very good communicator, or if you send a message to the recruiter should be able to respond to you on time. What do I mean by this? There are some people in their agency that before they get through to the recruiter or their coordinator, they have to wait for the number of hours, days. The number of days. Hours is good, but days. What I mean is that if there's an agency, right, there are different recruiter in that agency. Just like this is my house, right? There are different tenants in this house. If we are meeting this tenant for maybe give me salt or give me, this is just an example, give me salt or give me this, if you are knocking on this tenant door and this tenant is not answering you all the time, you have to go to or transfer to another tenant and be like, please, can you give me salt? Now let me put it in this scenario. Now if I'm under this agency now and they have different recruiters, and the recruiter assigned to me is somebody that doesn't reply or respond to any of my emails or messages, or take time to respond, you can always request a change of recruiter, meaning you just change the individual but you are still in that agency. I hope you understand what I'm saying, so that you can have a good communication, because good communication is always good. This is only if your recruiter is very, very slow to respond or a bad communicator. So this will be the end of the part 1 of this series. Thank you for listening, and I hope this will help you to find your agency or your preferred agency. Thank you for watching.